got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got... It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made a killing and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down now.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Elliott. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Darnold. And able to find Dorsett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Running with Elliott. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Darnold. He'll get this one complete to Davis. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. A first down carry by Elliott. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run with Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I don't know if there's any other way to put it, but that play was blown up right from the snap. How about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? It's almost like they were in the offensive huddle.
Yeah, it's one thing to stand him up from that 1-yard line. Pushing him back to the 5, though. Wow.
Yeah, I like what you just said there. Not just stand them up, but end up making a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick-6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Darnold. And Sanders has got it complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Elliott, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Samson Abukum able to record his 5th sack of the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They don't give it here to his running back.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down.
Mike, 53, Mike.
From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Mike by 5.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Evans. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Darnold. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Now it's Jackson. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2-18, chop. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A first down throw, Darnold. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4. They're going to go. It's Darnold. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
53's mine. Check. Right.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Rush in.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
They're on 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Jackson from the shotgun, going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. Well, that's how you convert on 3rd down with an explosive gain of 34. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
That's what I'm talking about.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it in midfield. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Exit. Check out.
And to give this time to the tailback. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Darren Lee, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now they'll run it on the toss. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggle. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Buda Baker with a pick. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. It's caught by Davis. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a 1st.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Uncorks one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for Indy. And even 60 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And he'll complete this one to Barrios. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the fourth. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there. Of course you're going to give it to him.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. They start on the ground with Elliott. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
He's going to have the first down past the 20. And finally taken down to the 25-yard line. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Darnold rolling to his right. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. Sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The tight end, Lee Smith, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
What's that? Mike 38. Lady. And bring it.
Complete to Dorsett. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they'll get him to the ground. And he has another first down at the Colts 43. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 24-yard line. On 1st and 10, Darnold. That one complete to Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 5. And it'll be a 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
You better bring it.
Off of play action, Darnold. That's going to be caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. A run there on 1st down gets 3 up to the 28. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ballgame. And they give this time to the tailback. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And able to connect with Berrios. Give the Colts 13 yards and a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Jackson to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 6. Oh, the spin.